Welcome to another episode of the Digital Recipe Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Atlas, and on today's show, we have Brandon Williams. Hope you enjoy. Hey, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be here. Appreciate you for having me.
Always, man.
Shout out to all the listeners out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, um, what album are we talking about today?
Beg for Mercy by G.
Beg for Mercy by G Unit. I love it. I love it. What year did that album come out, if you can remember?
Because I always get confused. I know 50 Cent came out first, but I can't remember what was it. Oh, let me look it up because it's
Was it
2025.
like 03, 04 that album came out?
It had to be one of those. I know I was going into 1103,
03? Yeah, I'm about to
2003.
say about to say 03, 04, because I remember I was going into like the ninth or 10th grade around that time. So I do know I was in high school. I
Yeah,
was like early high school.
and I'm just a little older than you. I was going into 11 when it came out.
There you go. There you go. So um as a just a as a whole, why do you consider this project a great body of work?
Well, just personal reasons aside, just objectively, just a good CD. It's just a really good album. There's like no skips on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few times, and I mean, I guess it doesn't happen as much often, but with like a group, everybody comes to the table like ready. Like this was released at like a really good time in history,
Mm-hmm.
and like everybody could rap. Everybody on the album had their own style, of course, and it worked together so well. It just all the songs are great. Like I said, there's no skip on the album, in my opinion.
For sure. For sure. And I know I just recently heard a 50 Cent interview, and I'm not sure how old the interview is, but he was talking about the strategy that he had instead of, you know, coming right off of Get Rich or Die Trying that sold millions instead of,
Mhm.
I know that he said that the label wanted his next project, like his sophomore project, and
Right.
he pushed for Beg for Mercy,
For the
and then,
Beg for Mercy.
right after Beg for Mercy, then, you know, uh, uh, Lloyd Banks goes, however many times
They
platinum,
went
and
gold, I think. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean, Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo. I think he did like 800, like at
And
home.
Young
He did
Buck
like
did like a
800,000.
million.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did they did some numbers, but he said that it was. I think that was a real strategic move. That right after that project, right after that, like it was a promotional project for the group, and not just
Hmm.
not just him with his ego, like him just ego tripping and creating
Doing
project to
all about him.
project. Right, right.
Yeah.
So
That's how it's
um
supposed to be done.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that it worked out real well. It definitely worked out well for their careers.
Hmm.
For how long they lasted and how long his is lasting. But do you remember where you were when you first heard the album?
I remember I was in school
Mm-hmm.
because the first time I had that. So this is aging myself. There was a time back in the day when you go to the barber shop and the nigga would come to the barber shop with a big ass duffel bag full of CDs.
Yeah, already.
I mean, just mixtape albums on like the little flat plastic cases. They were
Mm-hmm.
not they weren't real. They were still bootlegs.
Yeah.
And he would just come in and he would give you a deal 6 for 20 or 5 for just whatever the deal was. You would just pick through.
Mm.
So it was one of the times I was at the barbershop and I'm looking. I got a couple. I think I got a Joel Santana mixtape, a couple other mixtapes.
Yeah.
I think I got my mom. I got my mama CD and I got myself the Beg for Mercy album in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to the Beg for Mercy first. I mean, of course, back then you shuffle your CDs around because that's what you had to do. But that Beg for Mercy stayed in my CD player for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Just walking through the hallway, riding on the bus, anytime you could put your headphones on back then, you took it.
For sure. No, for sure. I think I remember So at the time, you remember Nextels, right? Remember the Nextel phones? Remember the chirps?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is ringtone era, right? This is
Mm.
ringtone era. So of course, once something
Like
came
when
out,
everybody didn't have a phone yet.
yeah, everybody didn't have a phone, but if you had a phone, it was going from like the actual it went from just the tones itself to the actual music being played. So you could buy little clips of songs, but
Yeah.
it was that change of technology where a song could actually be the thing that was a ringtone. So it was a moment where you can pay for it, and then we found out how to, buy that cord that you needed to connect it to your
Mm-hmm.
computer, and then
You
you
just
had to
upload the
download.
song
Yeah,
and
you had
wait.
to upload it, and then like you had to like grab a piece of the song with you know what I mean. Like you had so many programs before you actually got that little song on your phone. So I figured
And it
out how
was
to
so
do it.
loud.
Yeah,
It was
it
so
was. It
loud.
was always super loud. It was always super loud. But there was a guy he gave me his phone to put ringtones on his phone because I was selling him. Like I was selling, ringtones for phones.
Yeah, yeah, it was
So
over.
he said one of the songs that was on Beg for Mercy. I ain't never heard it. Like he was like, "Yo, put this joint on my phone," and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I was like, I never heard the song because I knew about Get Rich or Die Trying. I knew them songs, but I didn't even know Beg for Mercy came out. So from that
A lot of people
song,
did because it wasn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So just from him telling me about that song, I went and listened to the album, and bro, the the very first song I can remember how that joint feels. Like I remember like when I first heard it, I was like, yo, this project is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. So let me ask you, what are getting into just some feelings from that album? What are some feelings that you remember associated with that album and some memories associated with that album?
So I just again just impressive. Just even to this day, it still holds up. It's cliche to call the album timeless, but I would, even though it's dated, like
Mm-hmm.
it does sound like the time period, but it has to. But it's still something I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. It's in my my playlist rotation. So
Mm-hmm.
just impressive. It takes me back to a really hard time in my life when I first moved to Baltimore.
Where you come
Like me
from?
and my mom, North Carolina.
Wow. Okay.
But I've been here for so long. Like I've been here since 2003, 2000. Shit, when the movie? Like 2003, 2004, around that time.
All right.
Around the time the album came out. So I know more about here than I do about there.
Mm-hmm.
So we were moving here. Me and my mom were in a situation where we had to like kind of pick up and move real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't have time to pack up every. So the only thing I had Beg for Mercy in my CD player, and what was that CD? It was Nellyville. I had Beg for Mercy and
No,
Nellyville.
but Nellyville is fire though. Like we not going. We
Was it Nellyville? Or was it hold up?
Nellyville was the truth.
Or was it the not the compilation? Hold on, let me see.
Was it the double joint? It wasn't a double joint, was it? Did Nelly ever have a
No,
double joint?
Sweat and Soup came out way later.
Right.
Yeah, it was Nellyville. It was
Had to,
Nellyville.
yeah,
Air Force One
Nellyville.
was on that.
Okay.
So I had two CDs in my CD player, and like a couple whatever I could fit, like a dope vest, some clothes, cold pair of shoes,
Mm-hmm.
a notebook, just like little shit. Cause we, like I said, it was quick. Like I didn't like it was like a situation like, hey, wake up, we gotta go. Yeah, we got the fuck
Damn.
out of
Damn,
there.
bro. I'm sorry to hear that.
So that's cool. So we got here, and like again the whole trip, I think because we caught the bus for the whole trip, I'm just listening to Beg for Mercy because I'm not switching to Nellyville. This is not a this is not a Nellyville situation. Like, I need some gangster shit because this is like some gangster shit going on in my life.
Right. Right.
So it just reminds me of that. And again, like I said, for the longest time, well, not the longest, I think it was about a year before me and my mom finally got like settled here.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the only two CDs I had for like the better part of a year.
Man.
And again, it wasn't no internet back then. I couldn't just go find music. Where we was at, there wasn't like no TVs really, so all I really had was Beg for Mercy in
Uh,
Nellyville.
mm. Let me
And
ask you, what high school did you end up going to?
I ended up at Northern, well, WB Du Bois, but they called it Northern. I never understood it. 'Cause that
Yeah,
wasn't for me. I was
yeah,
very,
the
and then
name
there were two
changes.
schools inside of one school building. I didn't get that either. It was a
Mm-hmm.
lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really big. There were no school buses up here. Like I missed my first day of school
Wow.
because I'm outside. I see all these other kids, and of course I don't know nobody, so I ain't talking to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And I see them getting on like city buses. So I'm like, all right, well they must know what they're doing. I'm waiting on a motherfucking yellow bus to come. Never comes
It's a city
because I'm
bus
like,
around here.
shit, I'm the only kid on the bus stop. Man, what the fuck? Hey, did I miss it? Did I miss it, motherfucker? So I go home and tell my mom, she's like, what happened? Bus never came. She put on no paper. You supposed to catch the number three.
Mm.
The what? What the fuck is the number three? Because there wasn't no bus in North Carolina either.
Right.
There wasn't there, but there was like to get around. If you either got a ride, you rode your bike, or you walk.
Mm-hmm.
Country shit.
Yeah.
So like I said, just to get to school, you called like the cheese bus. So yeah, I missed my first day
Oh man. I'm sorry to
waiting on the
hear.
bus that would never
That's
come.
crazy. That's crazy. All right. All
And
right.
again, still listening to fucking Back Commercial.
For sure.
Like Back Commercial was like the soundtrack for this whole transition to Baltimore, so to
Mm.
speak.
Mm. Yeah.
I even
So
wrote to it
you wrote to it?
because back in I think every black man has had like an attempt to want to be a rapper, at least at some point. So yeah, like before I moved, I was rapping with my friends down in North Carolina, and I wanted to keep it going. So I wrote to every song on Bad for Mercy.
So now my question from that is what was your favorite beat to write to on Beg for Mercy? Because that's I know
At
that's a
the time,
difficult
I would say
it's a
My
difficult
Buddy.
qu- yeah,
My Buddy was like the best. Like My Buddy was my favorite song on there back then.
mm-hmm,
That's the first song I wrote to.
the Scarface
And
joint.
the fucked up thing was, so I'm not good at writing. So I'm not even writing as myself. I'm changing the words for everybody else's verse. So my fucking first verse, I sound like Lloyd Banks just with different words. My second verse, I sound like 50 Cent just with different words.
No, that's what's up. Um, do you still remember do you remember any of the verses that you wrote?
Not a one.
You don't remember a line of you can't give me 2 bars, 3 bars, six
Not. I
bars.
swear. If I could, I swear to God, I would. I would love to.
Oh
But
man.
because again, I was just starting, so I wasn't even writing the memory. Like again, I'm just like just rewriting what I hear.
For sure.
So I'm not even like fully. I'm not even fully really appreciating what I have on this page because I'm just again, it's during all this turmoil shit when I'm like, like before we had like our own place,
For
we were
sure.
like they just like shared space. So I'm just like writing just to have something to do.
Okay. Now,
If I could find a notebook,
if you can find a notebook, we gonna re-record this. We gonna add that as like a snippet to the end. Like,
nah, that's gone. Yeah, everything from that time period is long up.
oh man. Oh man, I would have loved to hear
CD player,
I'd have loved to hear young Brandon rap 16 to my buddy. That's probably the
I
dopest.
wouldn't. That wouldn't. Yeah, like I said, it was just Lloyd Banks' version. It'd be karaoke. It'd be
I can
Lloyd
dig
Banks'
it.
version with different words, same vocal tone and everything.
I can dig
It's
that. I
like a
can dig that.
cover.
He said it's like a cover. I hear that. So, um, if you could pick one song from the album to sum up the entire album, what song would that be and why?
The whole album. Let me look at the track list.
For sure. For sure, for sure. Take your time. Like what do you so while you looking for that song, like I know the theme or what I think the theme of that album was. What do you think the theme of the
Mhm.
album was? Like what would you say the theme of that album was?
Basically, it was just a showcase. Like it's just to show that, like just to say, like, look, we are here. We all can rap. We right behind 50. So you heard what
Mm,
he can do,
right.
and you know, just so you know, it's not just he's not he's good, but he ain't it. We
Yeah,
can do this shit too.
for sure. And then also like Lloyd, I think Lloyd Banks kind of stuck out with the bars. Just
Yeah,
like that at that time, Lloyd was getting so much shine and praise for his pen game when it came to bars because every bar was either a
he was
metaphor.
saying some shit.
Yeah, it was either a metaphor or
Yeah,
simile, and it was that era of like the Lloyd Banks, like the Lloyd Banks, Lil
fabulous.
Wayne type of thing, where every bar was a metaphor or simile. So it'd be the first bar that was the setup for the second bar that was the metaphor or the simile. So it was like, yeah, it was
And
definitely a
everybody was
time.
like trying to say like the hardest shit they could.
Absolutely.
Like Fabulous was like, in fact, like you knew you were gonna hit something with Fabulous. Like you knew you were gonna hit something with Fab says on the verse.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd Banks, like you said, Lil Wayne, Jadakiss. It was just a time where everybody was really fucking like, okay, he said that. Watch this.
Watch this. Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely like a bar for bar type of situation. But no, I'm going back to that original question of the song. Which song would you pick?
it would ha- it might be the intro.
Okay.
Just because, and I know, I mean, I guess that's the point. But just because it's more like it's kind of again a showcase. It's like
Mm-hmm.
there's no real theme to the song
Mm-hmm.
because the song called G Unit. So
Mm.
again, this is like I said, it's the first song of the G Unit album. They are the first time you really hearing about them.
Mm-hmm.
They had features on Get Rich Trying, but this is like again, it's their first album. So it's just each one of them is coming and they're showing you their style, right?
Right.
Lloyd Banks is giving you the bars. 50 Cent is giving you the cool charisma shit. Young Buck is giving you the southern bars,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gives you it's just letting you know like this is what you're gonna get for how many fucking songs go here? This is a long album too.
Was it like 14 or 15 songs on there? Or is
19,
it was 19 songs on Back for Mercy?
19 songs.
Man,
they
you know what?
used to put out music, man. This hour used to be long.
Yeah, yeah. Albums definitely used to be long. It felt like it always felt like sophomore albums or second albums were a little longer than the first ones. Like, for example, I know that Late Registration was longer than College Dropout.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but that's because you got more freedom.
For sure. For sure.
Like it's already there. Like people already like say you sold 5 million first album.
Mm-hmm.
You're guaranteed to sell 5 million this time. As far as record, as far as back then goes, of course.
Right.
It's not like now when niggas is real fickle. Back then, like if a nigga bought your album, you gonna buy the second one. You gonna keep buying them until bad, good or bad.
Right.
Because
Right.
I
No,
bought
that's
so many Nelly albums.
no, that's
I
that's
had the double disc. Disappointment, but I bought it.
yeah, you had to buy it to check it out for yourself. And I get that. I get that. So let me ask you this. Are there any songs that stand out to you now that didn't stand out to you as much back then?
I wouldn't say not as much. I just because I hear it differently as an adult now.
Yeah.
The reason you smile song, that one is a little bit different now.
Wait, so
Uh,
wait, before you continue, why is that one different now than it is? Why is it different now to you?
Because back then I was a kid, I wasn't really in a relationship. I didn't like. I knew you had to make songs for girls. Like that's how back then. That's how I looked at it. This is
Right.
just a song for the girls because you got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But now you listen to it, okay, I have a wife. I've had girls, so this really is a fucking song for the girl. But I understand more of it now.
Yeah.
I've even said some of this shit that they say.
For sure. No, that's real. That's real. So it's the wisdom that comes along with the experience.
Yeah,
And then it's like this song hits me a little differently because I've had this experience now and I'm hip to it and I'm wise to it.
exactly.
Got
Like
it.
an example, so we grew up listening to Whitney Houston as
For
kids,
sure. For sure.
but when you listen now,
No, that's
it's
true.
like you see,
Yes, sir. No, that's
like we've
super
all
true.
heard, like okay, we heard I want to dance with somebody, growing up. I've heard it's not right, but it's okay. But
Mhm.
hearing it now as an adult, knowing just how good her fucking voice is, you hear like, God, she was singing her.
Yes. And not only that, but the pen, like the meaning behind the
Right.
lyrics is just like, man, like this was deep. This was deep. Um, did this album change how you see yourself?
At the time, kinda.
In what way?
It like now it like they now that's all because it's gangster rap, so it didn't make me feel more like a gangster. It more so just let me know kind of like how important music was to me.
For sure.
Like like listen to it every day as a kid. It's kind of it just become it's just something you do.
Yeah, yeah.
But like when you're going through some shit, like music really know. Like I'm listening to this to get away from everything. I don't want to hit nothing but this because I know this.
Mm-hmm.
This is I know everything these niggas. I know everything they're about to say. What's about to happen. This is a safe fucking place to be
Got you.
because I know what's coming and I like what's coming.
Got you. Got you. So I know you talked about My Buddy. I know that My Buddy samples, it has that Scarface sample in it.
Mhm.
And then The Reason You Smile is also a sampled song. Like there's that song is created from a sample. Is there anything on this
It is.
album? Yeah. Yeah. The Reason You Smile has a sample on it.
What's what's that?
I can't remember exactly who that sample is, but that's definitely a sample. You can hear it. The beat, the chop, the way that they chop that sample is very recognizable. It's very recognizable. But
Huh?
is there
I learned something
anything
today.
is there anything on this album that connected you to other music?
At the not really no.
Okay. All right. I
Just
can.
because they did I wasn't really listening that deep back then to know to pick out samples.
Hmm.
Like I knew the Scarface because I've seen Scarface, but if I didn't know where it was from, like I said, I didn't know fucking Smile was sample.
Yeah.
So like,
I
so if
can't.
I don't hear directly where it's from,
Yeah, I don't know the root of it, but I do know that it's a sample. Like the beat, if you think about the beat, right? Think about the beat for The Reason That You Smile. I mean, the reason you smile, you can
hmm I hear it.
you can hear it. You can hear the
I hear
where
it because how
where
it's chopped,
yeah, where
but
it's
I
chopped
don't know
up
where it's
at.
from.
Mm-hmm. Um. So how often? Now you did kind of speak on this, but how often do you listen to this album now?
Straight through every so often, not too often, but like all the songs are like my daily playlist. So
Mm,
I'll hear it throughout the week, but it's like it's go straight through. I listen to it this week because we're gonna talk about it, but I don't listen to it straight through as often
got you. And
because
when
I hear it here
when
and there.
you when you did listen to it this week, how did it make you feel? Like did you think about did it bring up some memories from when you were younger?
Yeah,
So you want to talk about a couple of those memories or like just maybe some specific things?
just memories of me just sitting at the lunch table
Mm,
in at the shelter, just writing and listening to it, rereading
gotcha.
the verse over and over again. Always that's something I always did, and I'm glad I did because it helped me memorize as I got older in writing. But I always like every time I wrote, I would write like a couple lines, start it over, and read it, and then keep going. And once I get some more, stop it, start it over, read it. That's why I never like writing with niggas in the studio.
Uh,
Like it's good to do, as a group. And if it's your friends, it's different. But because niggas don't, their process ain't the same.
right.
So they'll listen to the song straight through. But in my like, if I'm doing it by myself, I'm starting that bitch over so many times because I got to make sure everything fit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just remember myself just just listening, trying to write around the words they had because I had no issue.
No, I can dig that. I can dig that. Now, let's say somebody didn't hear this album before. Like let's say somebody not our age, not in our, not in our generation, what song would you play for them to get interested in the entire album? Like, what would be the first song that you played for them so that they would want to listen to the whole album?
Mm. My buddy's a little bit too rough for it. I might do Stunt 101,
Stunt 101?
the single.
The I teach you how to stunt.
Yeah, I might do
Yeah.
that one first. Because
Okay.
it was a single, so I get that was I might do that one. Or I might do Better Ask Somebody.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to think. So okay, between those two, right? Between those two, if you had to
Mm-hmm.
pick one, like if you had to pick one, which one would it be?
Better Ask Somebody. For myself, Better Ask Somebody.
Better ask somebody. Okay.
For
So
somebody else, it would be Stunt 101.
all right, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So if you, okay, I see it. So like if you had to play it for somebody else, it'd be Stunt 101.
Yeah,
If it was for you, it'd be Better Ask Somebody.
yeah.
Got it, got it. So that's actually that's actually the last question that I have, and for anybody that has not heard Beg for Mercy by G Unit, please listen to Stunt 101 first, and then start at the beginning and listen to the entire project.
Yeah.
This has been the Digital Recipe Podcast with your host, DJ Atlas, and my man, Brandon Williams. Peace out.
Peace.